All right, we're ready to go through the practice problem, and I'm going to have all the answers already up. I'm just going to briefly walk through scenarios, and then hopefully you will have paused or you already have it completed right now. That's the whole goal. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to catch up. So you want to have as much done as you can. So on this one, we're going to have 3 employees instead of just the 2. Jerry and Sarah, and then we have George, who has the big pay. All right, everybody's paid weekly. Note that this is the last pay of the year, 52nd pay. So we're going to have to change a few things on our Form 941, especially when we were calculating the for the caps. We're gonna need to update that. All right, so we also have what's taken out of each individual's check. And down here, so George, Jerry, and Sarah, and then finally, what's taken out of their check for federal withholdings. All right, so if you don't already, go ahead and pause at this point, get your payroll register up to date, and then let's see how you do, and go ahead and fill out the Form 941 as well. So that's going to take you at least 30 minutes or so. So go ahead and pause, and then let's check your answers. All right, here are your answers for our practice. In Module 4, we've got our employees entered in. The next step here is my prior pays. We're in the 52nd pay, so this prior pays, we had 51. Our wages, the $20 an hour times 40, and then $25, and then George's $2,900. Now, before we start calculating our Social Security taxable, we need to put in what is non-taxable. And while we're here, we might as well go ahead and put in our federal income tax. So the federal income tax is $75 for each Jerry and Sarah, and then $350. Then we need to go ahead and check and put in the rest. So George has $200 for 401k, 70 and 50. It says Jerry has $50 for flexible spending and $40 $50 for medical, $40 for flexible spending. Sarah has, let's see here, $50 for 401k. No, Sarah has medical insurance of 50 and 401k of 70. Again, I didn't give us a county rate. That's not really all that important on this type of example. When we have everything thrown together towards the end, we'll have county rates. So to have county taxes. All right, so your check figures here, everybody's already hit the caps for feud and SUTA. So we can just fill those in. There's nothing that's going to be taxed. Check to see if your net pay does in fact equal $3304.77. If not, check to see which one of your employees is off. And then let's check, you can check your amounts and see where you may be off. Are you off somewhere here? And if you are, then you're probably off somewhere over here. And the reason you may be off is because of George. George, if we look at the prior wages after the 51st pay, he's real close to the cap. So we know he's definitely going to go over the cap. If I take this number and add in 2780, yeah, he's definitely over the cap. So what I did is I did a little formula. For George, I took I just did the step 1 in my head, came down here to do step 2, 142.8 minus his E4, his prior taxable wages. And all he has left to be taxed is the 1,020. So the 1,020 is here instead of 2780. Now, once you get that situated, check the rest of your numbers to see if you now match up. And hopefully at that point, now you will have 3304.77. Okay, we can go ahead and check our journal entries at this point. They should be correct if you have your template set up. Wage expense, final net pay is a 3304. Payroll tax expense is simply our Social Security and Medicare. All right, now that we have everything set up, let's look at our Form 941. All right, again, we have 13 pays because we are a weekly payer. Everyone is paid weekly based on our example. So number of pays in this quarter is 13. We are in the fourth quarter. So you should have 54,210. I'm going to unprotect this so you can see the formulas. So all I did is I took the current federal income tax wage, and hopefully you have this set up nicely in your template. 6,500. Taking the 500 from the federal income tax times 13. Now, where your item is going to have to change a little bit is on this one, we only need two. Instead of on our template, we had 3. We had 40 through 48 and then 49 separate because that's when the cap was hit. Well, this one, the cap's hit at the very, very end. So all we need to do is figure out what did George have previously without the cap being an issue, and then what was his current Social Security. So what I did is I simply took K4 on mine. What was George's prior Social Security normal wages? And then just multiplying that by 12 because there are 12 prior weeks in this quarter that he did not hit the cap. And then simply for the last pay, I just took the 1,020. That was his current Social Security. For the other two, for Jerry and Sarah, they didn't hit the cap. So I didn't have to do anything. I could just go down here to the totals. For Jerry, I took his 710 and then multiplied it by the number of weeks. And then for Sarah, I did the same thing. The 950 multiplied it by the number of weeks. So that gave me my final Social Security taxable wages. And then if you have everything set up right, you should have this number automatically populate when you multiply that by the 12.4%. Column 5C is the easy one. All you've got to do is take the 4,400 in Medicare wages. Nobody hits a cap because there is no cap, and simply multiply it by the 13 weeks. This number should auto-populate, multiplying this by 2.9. Line 5E should auto-populate. It's just going to be your 2 FICA taxes. Line 6 should as well. It's going to be your FICA tax plus your federal withholding. And then line 10 and 12 will be this. And then we always check to see, did line 13, which is our total down here, do they equal? And they do, but we're going to see how we got to those. All right, our number of pays per month. This one is the same as our prior one. I assume December had the 5th week. So 4, 4, and 5. For Social Security, this one is going to be just like your template, taking your Medicare wages times your Social Security rate for both employee-employer times 4 weeks. Medicare, same formula except the percentages changed. And then federal income tax, taking your $500 times 4 weeks. And that's how much we should have paid after month 1. That's what would have been due. That's why you calculate it to see what you would have paid. That's one of the reasons you can calculate it. You're going to notice that month 2 is going to be the exact same. They have the exact same number of weeks and nobody hit the cap. So it's going to be the exact same. Finally, we get down here to month 3. We've got our employees. George is the only one that hit the cap, but he did not hit the cap the first 4 weeks, only in that last 5th week. So what we need to do for George, we need to take, okay, what was his normal Social Security wage? Multiply that by the 12.4%. And then multiply that by 4 pays, because there's 4 pays here. And then the 5th and final pay, and that's why I only have 1 here. You don't even have to have the 1. All I did is I took his 1,020 current taxable wages and multiplied that by the 12.4 for the 5th and final pay. No need to do it for Jerry and Sarah. They don't hit any caps. You could put in amounts, but you could just come down here and do the total. Take Jerry's wages, multiply it by the rate, and then multiply it by the 5 weeks in December. And we're going to do the same thing for Sarah. Sarah's wages times Social Security rate times the number of weeks. All together, we collected $25.34. The Medicare rate, taking our Medicare wages times the 2.9, and the only difference is we're timesing it by 5 for the 5 weeks. So that's why it's different than this one. And that's why our federal income tax is $500 higher, because we're multiplying it by 1 more. We're multiplying it by 5 instead of 4. Your total liability should be all 3 of these added up. And then compare that. So that's where this 15,111 came from down here, our grand total. And it matches lines 10 and 12. There you go. That's our 941 practice. Go through these a couple times. If you're still not quite getting it, go through the videos, pause them as you need to, take full advantage. And after that, we'll go ahead and go into the part 2 of this week's lesson, the Social Security. I think you'll really get a lot out of that. And after that, we'll see you in module 5 for federal income tax calculations. How do we get these numbers over here? We'll see you then.